Hey everyone, 10th Gate here. So just got through a little bit of farming today. I've been using the Goblin knife as usual. Starting to go up in cups, getting out of the Silver League because I realized, I can take just about any base with this strategy now. And why not get the 5-star bonus up at a higher league, right? I'm not actually finding any dead bases down in the Silver League anymore. So my night wasn't too bad. A couple fails, couple of really nice successes. Let's check out this one, right? So this is a really cool base. This is one of my better attacks for the night, which I'm really happy with how it turned out. I actually started using, with all the work I've been doing on the jump path and everything, I've sort of been targeting. This guy's got a lot of loot, right? Looking for pathways of buildings that I want to target. And with a base like this, it's perfect because you can actually set up. Back in the old days, I might have, when I started doing Goblin Knife, I might have just sort of laid open the base with, like, I don't know, a jump here and a jump, like, right across there, I guess, and sort of gone in that way. But I did a neat little move on this one, which was really interesting because you only have a few seconds when you're looking at it, but I saw a pathway here, you know, uh, that looked pretty good, right? It's an enclosed space here, so you can force the jump to, the goblins won't be going off in any other direction. So there's these bridges that happen. So in this one, I decided not to bother putting, the common sense might be to get as much out of the jump as possible and do that. But what I was worried about then would be goblins splitting up or whatever. So I'm trying to sort of control my goblin my goblin movement with this. So let's check out how that looked. Let's go see. Alright, so there you go. So the giants go down, and you see I start clearing pretty early with the goblins on the sides, on the high left there, and on the bottom right, because I want to make sure that my wave of goblins hits that elixir collector and starts the chain that I'm looking for. So there they go. And this way they're nice and safe because the giants have cleared a fair bit already and the path is laid open. And you see they go exactly where you expect them to go. That's the beauty of the goblins, is they're kind of like clockwork. And I actually scored a little extra there that I didn't expect. Those two storages on the side, they lasted long enough to make it all the way over there, probably because at least one wizard tower was down. Wizard towers, they're like the bane of the goblin knife. But that was a pretty cool replay. That was a pretty cool battle. I'll see what else we did tonight. This one, also another TH11. I decided to go in sort of like a corner that would open up. See, on the left side, I noticed there was wizard towers that I'd want the giants to take out, and I knew the goblins wouldn't go there, so I felt it was okay to open that up. Same story. I might try some new spell strategies pretty soon, using more haste rather than rages, so I can get like a couple. I can spread out a longer chain of haste. Maybe I'll spend some DE to upgrade to level 3 haste as well. But now those goblins go right to the center where I want them. Only a small risk of big bombs there because, yeah, see that and this is sort of like a crappy TH11, but a TH11 nonetheless. There's a lot of firepower in there. Ends up being a pretty decent strike. But these big open in the center bases, they're kind of a joke, right? They're not too hard at all to take down. So let's see what else we did here. So the next two attacks, they look mostly like loot grabs to me. They weren't knives. I think this is probably one of the ones I messed up on, okay? So yeah, look at that base. That's a tough looking base, right? Let's see what I did. And I'm thinking maybe we Maybe we can do better. So yeah, look, I was eyeballing that bridge from the elixir, but you see how he's got his collectors right around his inner ring like this? That's exactly how you counter Goblin Knife. I went in this way because there's no big bombs between me, at least in the center, near the Dark Elixir. You know, I didn't want to go in the other way with the Town Hall, because for sure there's something next to it. And you know, the Giants will clean out the big bombs on the outer ring. So here they go in, and the worst case scenario happens. They sort of split to the sides like that. It may have been appropriate to hold back like 50 goblins in this case and put them in after, but I'm not even sure that many would survive the center. You know, it's kind of an all or nothing attack. So, you know, kind of a bummer on that one, right? I'm not sure exactly how I could have better approached this base, because that clan castle and elixir storage were basically the only bridge to the center for the goblins to reach it. But it has to do with that spacing of collectors on the outside, you know. Maybe that's the kind of base I won't even attempt in the future, right? So there it is, the failure. This one, I think I had 2 poor attacks in a row. This one looked like a standard. This is a pretty funny replay, actually. Check this out. So you can see he's got his Inferno set up there. It's a trap for the Dark Elixir, but the way I'm going in is by that Inferno that's under construction. I'm not worried about the Inferno because I figure my goblins will be past it before it gets ugly there. And you know, the Giants are going in first too. The outside stuff's pretty easy to clean up, and I throw down that other jump later because I'm confident that my goblins are going to make it to the other side and, you know, clean up some of that nice gold after I've taken him for all his Dark Elixir. So I use the wall breakers here on the outside wall, start clearing with the goblins. Have a little trouble because of those Teslas, so I have to waste a couple more goblins, which is kind of a bummer. So here we go. There's the first point of contact, and after that, the closest thing. See, some of them start going for that wall, and I redirect them so they go in. So now the closest thing is there. Drop the heal just in time to save them. They grab the Dark Elixir, and then watch this. Oh, boom! There you go. put a big bomb in the middle, and you got it, right? I mean, I'm lucky I got some of that Dark Elixir to begin with, but it could have been much more nasty and a better take if that big bomb hadn't taken out my entire crew. So, you know, the knife meets its match when you got that space in the middle. You got to be really careful with who you choose to attack in that scenario. All right, let's see what we got here. 3,500, another TH11. See, I'm getting ballsy here. This guy's got a lot of good stuff going on. You know, the dangerous stuff, the wizard towers, the mortars are maxed, but it's all condensed and is perfect for funneling in. So sure enough, I take all his Dark Elixir. I don't get much else, but on a TH11, I don't expect to take the whole haul. You know, he's got his big bombs on the outside, which in my opinion is not the place for big bombs at all. You really want them to pick up stuff. You want to have a more strategic big bomb placement there, especially against if you're holding a lot of Dark Elixir. War base is another matter, you know. So this is just a straightforward knife. I'm a little slow on it though. It's kind of sloppy, but the heal catches in time. I take down his thing. Somehow I'm hoping I can get some extra loot in there, but it's not happening. It was a sloppy deployment actually on this one because I actually neglected to clear the sides. I think I wasn't paying enough attention when I sort of started that one, but you know, still took 3,500 off of it. That ain't bad. This one, oh, that was just a loot grab, no big deal. I did a few of those tonight, kind of a waste of time, I guess, but I'm actually ahead on my Dark Elixir schedule. So here's another TH11. This is just a simple loot and scoot. There's nothing besides Dark Elixir in this base, so I just I do the classic knife. Speaking of which, you know, Goblin Knife, I didn't even know it was called that until and I've been doing it for a long time, and then I found out it's actually a thing. I like the name. It's not bad, but I watched recently last night. I went and watched some videos on guys who do this, the first guys who did this strat, and I realized that the way I play it is not at all the way they do it. They actually like clear use like wizards and archers and stuff to clear sides and stuff, and I don't even mess around with that. It's just the straight up resource based things. So I don't even know if I'm going to go with the Goblin. I used to call it the Goblin Heist. You know, that was kind of my my little pet name for it. Here's a fail again. Okay, you know, with all fails, this is a kind of a crazy base setup. You know, I don't even know if I could have taken these guys. This guy has a great base. Let's just put it that way. I saw opportunity on the right to do a quick jump over. I even take the time to clear some of those collectors on the side. See, I'm really pausing to make sure my my play is correct here. But this was probably a bit too ambitious. I should have tried another path. I'm not sure what path would have actually worked here. Although I have an inkling of one right now. I'm looking at it. I'll share it with you after this. But here's what I tried. Everything went well. I got a couple of goblins on the right side there so that they won't be diverted up. I'm really hoping these dudes make the jump to the middle. Some of them do. Look at that. They're all going in. Looks great. And then they jump out again. Wow, right? That was a pretty big disappointment. I'm not sure how I could have done that better on this base. So I actually came away with nothing, and this guy's, you know, probably feeling really good about himself right about now. Successfully defended. So if any of you guys are looking for a good base to defend against the Goblin Knife with, this is a pretty good candidate. Like, I might have had some success going in directly south with the double jump to that gold and elixir storage is on the south. There's not a lot of collectors near them, especially the elixir one. Anyways, you know, those are the breaks when you're running this knife business. So yeah, I'm moving up in the cups. I'll do a little live attack right now, see if we can find something juicy. I'm moving up in cups, and I'm gonna see what happens, because you know, everybody's always posting videos of dead bases up at Crystal, and I'm hoping I can get in on some of that occasionally to help with my wall building, which is going pretty slow, I have to say. I'm making really fast dark elixir, and I really love this strategy. You know, let's face it, I got no heroes. There's not a lot of strategies I was thinking maybe of I could do a bowler strategy at high level, but with no heroes, you know, I don't know if it's worth it. The Goblin Knife thing is kind of supreme. So here's a nice, interesting looking base. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in from that northeast side there. That looks really easy. Probably some bombs on the outer part, which I'll get through. Not too much to distract my goblins. I can probably pick up most of that loot. Let's see what I can do here. I'm guessing we take a direct path in. There's nothing to the side not too much to mess me up here. I'm going to save a jump for inside the base, because it looks like, see right now, get rid of those, put down a couple of these guys. Yeah, they're in now. I'll pop the rage, so hopefully the giants go straight in. Get this down, and now here we go. Nice bridge in off the elixir. Now they're in the storage. Alright, let's see what happens. They should go right here. Save them all. Rage it. Put down the jump. See, so they should hit that elixir. Yeah. And I hope they double back. No, they go that way. That's a shame. I'm not sure how they jump that wall. It doesn't look like they should be able to. Alright, that's not bad, right? I kind of wanted them to double back down south and grab some more elixir, and you know, that other gold down there, but it didn't really turn out to. Somehow they jumped that wall, so let's see what we got. Not bad. 3k, cover my costs, you know, standard jump. Standard knife. Alright guys, anyways, that's all for tonight. Just wanted to run a couple of these replays by you, a couple of lessons learned there. Alright, take care and good knifing.